Okay, so I did my drawing. You know, I'd worked my composition out in my photograph, so I didn't really have to figure it out while I was drawing it on the paper because I'd already figured it out. And then I did my first layer of color, and it's sort of funny. It was like that was all really, really fun. And I was kind of thinking, dang, I wish I didn't have to do any more because now it kind of gets harder. But I do want to do more, so yeah, I'm going to. So now my plan is, you know, to make all the colors better. I need to just be sure I have all the values right and stuff. Yeah, okay, so I guess I feel like one thing I don't have drawn right is this down here at the bottom. I think it comes up too high. So I'm just going to redraw that a little bit. So there's a little more space in the water. And I'm going to use my paintbrush to flick off that lighter color. I could have waited and done it after I sprayed, but I noticed it now, so. Okay. Wow, it's really dark in the water. So I don't want to just use straight up white, and I don't want to use black yet either. So, yeah, I don't know. It all just seems too hard. Let's see what else I could add to these trees. They all just look, honestly, identical. But I think what I'm going to do is use this little bit of a cooler brown for these ones that are behind. Maybe I'll even put red in the ones that are up close, because why not, right? Just try it. Maybe just those guys. And I'm going to try to get covered up to the edges of things too with my colors. I knew I shouldn't have started with this little tiny piece because I don't know if I have any more of it and it's about to run out. I have to keep going right now because otherwise I'll never be able to pick it up again. It's so little. Oh, there it goes. Okay, but I think that's better, so I see if I can find any more of that. It's time to clean out my pastel box. Oh, that looks the same. So what I did when I started my color, I didn't draw in all the shadows with charcoal. So what I did was I started with the snow and shadow so that I'd be sure that I put the darker colors where I wanted them to end up. So anytime I don't draw in all the shadows, that's what I do. I start with the darker colors and get them all laid in, and then come back and do the lights. And I'm really trying to make my strokes follow the lay of the land. So like that's quite a slope here. So I'm having my strokes go up and down to show how much that land slopes. Okay, I think I am going to use a little white just to, because that way I can tell if other things can be dark enough. But I want to think about where I really want to use the white. So I think it's the brightest whites are over in here, and that would be kind of good to kind of follow that natural direction that your eye wants to go in the painting, which is over to this right-hand side. And, you know, it'll all just be fine, even if this is too bright, because when I spray it, it's all going to get darker again anyway. So, you know, it's all fine. There's really no need to worry. Oh, today I am painting on the Pastel Premier paper. I did the last two demos on this new Sennelier Le Carte paper, of which I bought quite a bit. But I gotta say, coming back to the Le Carte, coming back to the Pastel Premier, I do like it better. I wanted to do them back to back and just see. It holds the pastel so much better right from the start. All right, so I think I need a really dark green, if I can. Nope, that's blue. And I do have a light set up to shine on my pastels, as well as the light that's shining on my paper. Because I've just been having a lot of trouble seeing my pastels. So, and it's helping, but God, it's still not quite bright enough. Okay, that's what I was looking for. So I wanted to do this painting because it looks so hard. And I thought it would be kind of fun to try it. So you know, so when you do something like that, you pick it because you think it's going to be really hard. Like, don't be surprised when it's really hard. What's always surprising is when you think you've picked something that's really easy and then it turns out to be so hard too. And I am trying to create a little depth here in the trees, even though I can't see it in the photograph. The photographs they really flatten things, so you're just going to have to do what you know from painting outdoors, which is that as things get further away, they get less strong in color, less hot, less contrast between the darks and the lights. And mostly what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to find some colors I can use in here that won't be my final color. Because if I find the perfect color now and just use it, then what else am I going to do? And I want to be sure that my color is complex, because it's a complicated world. And I don't always remember to do that, so just trying to remember to move those clips so I can get all the way to the top. You know, as long as you keep, you know, like this greenish blue is pretty much the same value as that other blue. So as long as you keep your values similar within a big area like that, you can just use as many colors as you want within it. So it's when you accidentally get something that's way too light into a dark area, or something that's way too dark into a light area, that there starts to be problems. And white, you know, white is a great color because mostly you can really see in this photograph how the white in shadow is reflecting the color of the sky. So there's no such color as light white and dark white. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people use black for white in shadow, and that's that's really not the case. So so you have to look for the color in the shadows, and when you're outdoors on a sunny day, then the sky is reflecting in the shadows, and you can really see it well in this photograph with the how blue the shadows are. And then the sun is shining on the lighter snow, so it's a warmer color. You know, you do have to be a little careful about yellow snow, but you know, yellows, pinks, and I use light blue too. It's not like there's no blue in it. I just... And I am working a little bit on my drawing as I go with this. And then another thing you can look for are places where, like here, that's a place where the ground is turning over. I'm not doing very well, but I'm trying to get a sense of the shadow, the half light, where that's rounding over. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Oh, my God, it's so far away. Okay, sorry, I have to go on an adventure now to find my pastel that I just dropped. Oh, and I forgot. I have this little box of Great Americans that has these great snow colors in it. Yay! So let me just show you the lid of this box. So I don't know if these are called travel minis, and I don't really, it doesn't really say anything else about what it is. And it's kind of an old set, so I don't know if it's still available, but it's got these great colors. Whoa, for snow. Oops, I lost one somewhere in there. Okay, so yeah, let's see. They're kind of soft, but if you kind of just don't press so hard, you won't fill it in so much. And I'm really trying to get it covered enough so I can spray it. And I can definitely work, oh shoot, I just forgot that I redrew that and then almost went right back to where I was before. I can definitely tell that I'm able to work longer here on this Pastel Premier paper before I spray it than I was on the Sennelier Le Carte. I'm kind of just really sad about that because I really was hoping I would like it even better and then I would have something new. But, you know, you should just try stuff because you just don't know until you try it. So I wonder, I just noticed this little dark in here, so I'm just wondering if that would be kind of a good thing to have a little bit of a, help me define that edge a little bit. Oh, shoot. Okay, and then there's a little bit of light snow sitting on top of that. And a little bit of shadow underneath. Okay, so actually there's a little edge all along, so maybe that would. All right, so I got to try to figure out what this light color is in the water. No, not you. So I'm mostly thinking about the patterns right now, the patterns that things are making. I've been, I don't know, kind of interested in patterns. I feel like I do sort of something I work on different every winter, and this winter I feel like it's patterns, reflections in water, and the patterns that things are making. So I'm not really trying to make, I'm just trying to make the flat pattern at this moment. And I'm trying to get enough pastel on it that I can go spray it. You know, you want to paint things that interest you. If it's not interesting to you, it's going to be pretty hard to make it interesting to someone else. And mostly, I just paint what I want. I mean, it's true. If I sell a painting of something, I'll probably paint another one of it. But, you know, at some point, I just decided I was like done with tractors. And then I didn't paint any more tractors, even though those sold better than anything I'd ever painted. You know, and I'm trying to make a living, which is kind of a joke. But my whole career, what I've really made, most of my income was from teaching. So it's a great thing to just paint for yourself and not be worrying about making money. And I think that's how you should paint, even if you are a professional artist. You should paint for yourself, paint what you want, and then hopefully, if you do that, then you'll sell some paintings too. But it's a bad time in the art market, so you can't let it make you crazy. So I don't really need to spray it, but I want to spray it. Yeah, I just got to get a little more color up in that top section. Yeah, you know, maybe I'll just use some gray. And now I got my charcoal. Really, I don't know why I do. I just want to make these trees that are more in front stand out a little more. I kind of actually like the way that sort of worked just then, where I used, I just kind of went over it a little bit. So I kind of like that. Okay, right then was the first time I felt like I had too much pastel. But this is that really soft white, so that could be why. Make sure that the last stroke you do each time on your trees is the snow, so that the trees really look like they're in the snow, not just stuck on top of the snow. I'm just going to redraw this right here too. I'm intrigued by the color of this. But you can't just fall in love with one little weird thing. So we'll have to wait and see if it's going to, you know, be okay. Okay, I think I'm going to spray it now.